So, Deadheads, let's try some Dreamcast on this. We got some widescreen. You guys know how much I love the tiny cuts. And so we do have this running with the widescreen hack. Looks like it's going to run really fast. We may have... Were you injured in a car wreck or accident? You need compensation today. Call the lawyers of Dead and Fret. No, wait, that's not me, guys. Welcome back to the channel, Deadheads. Or welcome for the first time, new Deadheads. So today, we finally got the Ayaneo Pocket S in. We're doing our unboxing and first impressions. And I know you guys are ready to get to that. So let's hop right in and see, what do I think? All right, so let's dive in and see what we got here. Is it going to be the typical box from Ayaneo? Probably so. So let's just dig in and see here. And right off the bat, I see we have our typical goodies here. Here's an overview. So again, we do have these pins. I'm collecting quite a few of these things. Maybe they'll be worth something in the future. But these are really nice. I do like these. I'd like to see, I think these are a little bit different actually. I was gonna say I'd like to see a different design element, but I do think they are different. This is a screen protector, HD tempered film. So this is the screen protector for the Pocket S. So that is nice that that came in it. I did order the premium package here. We've got some thumb caps here, joystick thumb caps. Looks like they got colors, but I got black, I guess. That's not even a color on there, but we'll see. We'll open these up and check these out. But that's kind of nice, and I did get two of those. Okay, two joystick caps. Looks like it's got Ayaneo branding on it. Previously, we had some skull caps, so I don't know. I hope those are just as good. This was not shipped with some of the first units, this ergonomic case, so I'm glad they were able to get this in my unit when it shipped out. So the magnetic one that I ordered is not been shipped yet, so that'll come at some point in a little while. We'll take a closer look at that. The stickers. So Ayaneo, real gamers, no gamers, but it's missing the gamers, so I don't know, Deadheads. So anyways, some nice stickers there. Oh look, it did have, is that the same or is that different? No, okay, I'm getting two of everything, Deadheads. I don't know what's going on here. So you know, maybe they made a mistake or gave me two of everything. So that's interesting. Maybe I'll do a giveaway. A bag again. I used the bag that I got with the flip, so I like this bag. I think the bag is very useful. More mouse pads. Same mouse pad. Ayaneo, next time let's change the mouse pad up a little bit. Let's change some of the gifts up. More magnets. So I like these magnets. That's kind of falling apart. It must have produced quite a bit of this. Quite a bit of this stuff. Man, this box was filled to the brim. Here is a hard case. Okay, so our Tomtom hard case. The other one's a cover. Very nice. Very, very nice. Protect your digital goods. So we'll take a look at this stuff individually. Another screen protector, guys. Somebody messed up and gave me double of everything, but that's okay. Do I have double Pocket S? Why couldn't I have that? You know, how good would that have been? No double Pocket S. So here's the box, the Pocket S. That's interesting. Normally you don't see that sort of, you know, wrinkle with the plastic. So don't know what's going on there. Let's just take a look at this boxing. I did get the black. So this is the black 1440p. This is the base model, so it has the lowest memory and storage on it. But the box is nice. The overall size of this seems pretty nice. And we'll take a look here. And again, it does have that Snapdragon G3X Gen 2 in the ISO white. We got the 12 gigs, which matches our Game Force Ace, and 128 gig of storage. But I got a way to add storage. This is the 2K model, the 1440p. So that's good. And it looks like I did get English. So yeah, so let's start opening up and taking a look at some of this stuff, Deadheads. All right, let's take a look at this Tomtom bag. So, feels nice quality. I like that it's packaged like this. Yeah, that feels nice. Normal quality that you would expect from Tomtom. Got the Ayaneo logo here. It is raised. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, it's raised, so that's nice. Got the cutouts here. Feels nice and solid here. Seems to have a pretty good zipper here. Something's, what is that, sticking out? So not sure. We'll see in a minute once we open it. Got an Ayaneo design on that. This is plastic. I wish it was metal, but it's plastic, so that's pretty nice. As I untangle, let's see here. And let's get this unzipped. Or am I going the wrong way? Yeah, going the wrong way. Okay. So let's open it up, and oh, nice. Designed by Tomtom. We've got our desiccant. Let's get that out of there. Don't let your cats or pets get a hold of that, or your babies, all right? What do we got right here? Oh, what is this? That's interesting. I don't know what this is. So, RUI Koch, recyclable. Okay. Then we have a little, that's what that was. Here's your manuals, your YKK, Tomtom. So this is your typical, and this reminds me of the slide case, which has the little thing here, designed by Tomtom. Nice little pocket there. So yeah, I think this is going to be a nice case, as usual, to protect it. So you can pick this up separately on the Indiegogo campaign, or when it launches on the store, they'll probably have this for sale. The next item, again, now why do we get two of the Tomtoms? Come on, Ayaneo. But here we've got the Pocket S ergonomic case. So let's get this guy open and slide. Remember the Ayaneo slide unboxing, guys? That was one of the coolest ones. So this is nice. Okay, so this is like a 3D printed. I don't know if it's ABS, PETIG. It has a nice smooth finish there. Is there anything there? No, that's just the box to hold it in. So basically a protective cover for that screen. We do have that 1440p screen. So that's going to go and protect your unit. And a little logo there, and yeah, very light. This is very minimal, so it doesn't weigh much of anything, and just, you know, plastic. So that's pretty nice right there. Okay, let's hop on to the next thing, and that's our screen protector. This is very standard stuff for Ayaneo. It looks exactly like the previous screen protector, so nothing much different here. You do have your screen protector, you have your wipes, you have your stickers to align, and your instructions. And definitely this is probably, yeah, this is your typical plastic. It's not, it doesn't feel like the tempered glass. But it's you know, good. This is a touch screen, so definitely recommend that you get one of these and put it on there. And let's take a look at those thumb caps. And like I mentioned, it's interesting that I see colors on here, but I don't see black, and yet I didn't get colors, so not really sure about that. Let's see what these sort of texture here. So they're caps, yeah. So just little caps made of TPU, maybe. Feel nice and rubbery. Are they all the same, or there's got to be some difference here, right? Oh, that's a little thicker, so different thicknesses here. Again, this is, you know, whoa, and this little guy down here, this one's really small and tiny. So you can see that right there, and it has more of a smooth top versus the little ridge right there. So these ought to be interesting. I've got tons of thumb caps. I may not even use these, but I'll try them out and see how they work. But let's hop into that unboxing. Let's take a look at the unit. So let's dig in here, and let's just unbox this sucker that, you know, been waiting quite a while. I think this was first announced almost a year ago, Deadheads, that we first heard about this. So definitely. And so initially, really, like the packaging here. It's raised. I like the way that it feels. I think Ayaneo usually presents a really good packaging. We do have that 6-inch full screen with the Hall sensing joystick, the Hall triggers, a 6,000 milliamp hour battery with a slim size. Now, Deadheads, many people are going to point out that the Odin 2 Pro has 8,000, but it's bigger. This is slimmer, so it's a trade-off, to get a smaller battery in there. Micro SD, Type C, the home launcher, and it does have active fan cooling. So let's continue this. As always, we have the cards here. This on top, and that's again another nice filling design here. You can tell there's some thought put into packaging this. Of course, you spend as much. You definitely want to have that sent over. And I mentioned earlier the black. I actually did get the white. Oh, and look, this thing is turning on as I touch it. So, all right. Yes, immediate thoughts here. Okay, this feels, if you've watched my channel for a while, you knew I was a fan of the Pimax Portal. And that's because of the way it felt and the size of it. And immediately I feel like Pimax Portal vibes with the size and filling of it. These buttons, first thought, okay, little small, okay? Not gonna lie, I think this may be a bit of an annoyance how small these are. They're very nice. This does have the glass like the Ayaneo 2 PC line. I think that's great, and maybe this had something to do with the size of these buttons. They're very shiny. They look great. I don't know if they light up. That would be nice. But they're tiny, man. So I don't think I knew this or saw this in any of the promo videos or this was mentioned. But that's a little bit of a unknown here. You have your normal Ayaneo button there. You have your home and start, and you have your reset button. The D-pad, which everybody talked about the D-pad. This has what has been described as a repaired D-pad. I will do a lot of testing. I will let y'all know. But initially, I don't see any problem with the D-pad. So, first thoughts, guys. Yeah, I haven't actually tested it. I haven't actually played it. But I don't hate it. It feels nice. So, not going to complain about that right there. The sticks feel nice. This white is very attractive. And then up here we have another button. Is that a launcher button maybe? And then on the top here we have our RC and our LC, our R3 and our L3 and L2 and R2. We have our volume button right here. We have our fingerprint sensing start button, power button. Over here we have a switch. Don't remember if I read what that is. Okay, that did something. So a switch to do something, obviously. And on the bottom, we do have a centered USB-C. All right. Do we have two USB-Cs? So a single USB-C port, okay, but at least it's on the bottom and it's centered. And then we have some ventilation here, speaker grills. Over here is our micro SD card. So we do have a micro SD slot, which is awesome. And on the back here, nice sort of matte finished plastic. So this thing does feel very premium, feels really nice. Again, the Pimax Portal, it's light in my hands. I can definitely see this as far as pocketability. That does stick out. I wish that was a little bit, maybe inline would have been better. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, we're gonna get this thing set up and fired up and do a little bit of just some initial impressions, Deadheads. All right, Deadheads, so we have the Pocket S. I've installed the software. I have the case protector on here. This thing's tight, getting it on and off. I don't like that quite much, but once it's on, it feels even better to hold it. This gives that grip back here, so I think this is actually a good thing. It reminds me of the Retroid grips, kind of, sort of. But I do like that. It does feel good. I hope that it gets easier to take on and off as I use it. We have Android on here, so everything kind of familiar. You have your iOS space right here. we'll go into IF space, and it looks, you know, just like the Pocket Air did. We're not seeing much difference from the Pocket Air or what we had before that. So pretty much from a software standpoint, I feel like this is just very similar to what we saw with our Pocket Air. But let's throw in some PS2 here, and we'll go into some Virtua Fighter 4. And I have this setup running at 3x or a 720p ratio. Having this on the 1440, that is a 2x ratio, and this thing just looks very, very pretty. It's very loud. Let me turn this down a little bit. And let's just look at how beautiful this is. Again, this is the 1440p screen. It's a very stunning 6-inch screen running PS2. We're getting a fluid 60 frames per second. And my God, it's gorgeous, if you guys can see that. I do think that this 1440p screen makes quite a big difference compared to like the Odin 2 or even the Odin 2 Mini, which are 1080p. So again, running this at a 3x 720p and having this come through on that 1440p screen, it's just a perfect pairing. So let's shift over to another game. And we'll shift into some Jak 3. You know, Jak 3 is a game I like to use as a test bench for PS2, because if it's going to run Jak 3, then it's going to be able to run things pretty good. And let's see as it continues here. And again, we're still running. So you can see that I do have this at a 720p 3x, and it's experiencing, just like with the Odin, just a little bit of slowdown. So although Virtua Fighter ran beautifully at 3x, we're going to have to take this guy down a little bit just to get it so it's going to run smooth. And it's actually not going to lose a lot of resolution. So if we go down here and we take it down to a 2.5, we'll go to 2.5x upscale here. And we should start to get better frame rates. And we're still crawling at a 30 frames per second. Let's open the IF space menu here, and we can see that we are at balance. If we go into game mode, we're going to kick up the energy just a little bit. And look, there we go. Now we have it running closer to 50 frames per second at a 2.5x resolution. But really, I think where this thing is going to shine is if we just go ahead and go to a 2x, which is still going to be very enjoyable and look great. Of course, nothing's going to match that 3x that we had earlier, but we'll go into here into a 2x. And yes, we're just getting a beautiful, as I can't actually play, I'm not very good at this game, a beautiful imagery here running at a fluid 60 frames per second, no problem. Now, of course, going into game mode, the CPU is increased in power, and you're going to be using some more battery by doing this. But you know, it's a good trade-off for PS2 to get like a really good-looking look here. I just can't play this while talking, guys. Sorry about that. But let's shift over and let's take a look at some other stuff. So, Deadheads, let's try some Dreamcast on this. We got some widescreen. You guys know how much I love the tiny cuts. And so we do have this running with the widescreen hack. Looks like it's going to run really fast. We may run a little too fast. Yeah, that's not running at a... There we go. But again, I expect this to just look fantastic. We know the Pocket Air with the Dimensity 1200 did good, but this with the Snapdragon, man, it's just refreshing to have a Snapdragon. And yeah, this looks great. Frame rate looks great. Running this on Redream and widescreen hack in place, and man, this just looks gorgeous on this 1440p screen. Again, I think, you know, of course the Odin 2 lineup is still probably the king overall. I don't know about the mini yet. I haven't tried it. But I was one of those people that didn't fall in love with the Odin 2 as much as most other people did. I do love it. I mean, but I just didn't, the size and stuff. So I think this right here is just, you know, presenting to me a form factor and size that I just think is, you know, more suited for what I'm looking for. Now, of course, I'm going to play this for a few weeks before we do our actual review. So this is just our, you know, unboxing and initial look. But I really do think that the screen is selling me. It just, you know, now obviously you can buy the 1080p version, get better battery life. I don't know what battery life's going to be like on this in the long term, but yeah, this is just gorgeous. All right, Deadheads. So we know that one of the biggest criticisms and problem that Russ had with the early prototype was the D-pad. So this did get delayed. There has been a D-pad fix in place. And I can say that I'm not sure exactly what was the issue with the original D-pad. I've read about it, but, you know, without actually trying it yourself. But I can tell you that, you know, for me, for my unit right now, I feel like this is a good D-pad. I think they've fixed it. I'm looking forward to seeing Russ's updated review when he updates it, whether the D-pad fixes worked for him. But for me, this is, you know, the D-pad is working just as expected. So don't really have a lot of issue here on this gamepad testing. The sticks are pretty good. Not a lot of cardinal there. But yeah, the D-pad seems to be functional. It seems to be working as intended. And I think that they did correct, thanks to Russ. And this is why I love our community and why I encourage these manufacturers to let us reviewers see things early and try them out so that you guys can get a better product at the end of the day. So let's wrap up this video again of our first impressions and unboxing of the Ayaneo Pocket S. Okay, Deadheads, so this has been a first look impressions of the Ayaneo Pocket S. When I was finishing up the video, I did run into a strange issue that I'm working through. I do have what I hope is not a permanent problem with the D-pad, but it has been doing some weirdness with the D-pad and moving on its own. So right now it's working fine, but it's just intermittent. So I'm going to see if I can figure out what exactly is causing this. But hopefully it's not a bigger issue. But again, we'll have our full review in a few weeks. But for now, this has been first impressions. Aside from this just very recent issue I just developed with the D-pad, I've been very impressed with this unit so far. And Nintendo DS just looks fantastic on this screen here. You can see how great it looks on this 1440p screen. So anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this review, and we'll see you next time. DevFred out.